Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. I was away over the weekend in Cape Town catching up with some very important people, so apologies for my brief absence, but I'm back. Today is the day, well, on the stroke of midnight tonight, the witching hour. Scooby-Doo's book is being released to the general public, and oh my, yeah, it does seem like it's a vicious and nasty piece of work. Not surprising given the source. Let's not go into the source right now. I think we have already on this channel. We're going to look at the Brothers Grimm, as I'm calling them for the purposes of this reading. William and Harry. Scooby-Doo claims that William briefed against Harry. He leaked private stories to the press about Harry, basically to make Harry look bad and to make William look good. Stories that painted Harry as mentally frail. Scooby-Doo, of course, neglects to mention that Harry himself wrote the book famously called Where, in which he portrayed himself as mentally frail and then went on interviews with Oprah, Gabor Mate, talking about his mental fragility and the tapping mechanisms and the vast numbers of drugs he had consumed in an effort to heal his mental frailty. But Scooby doesn't seem to have put that part of the story into his book. He says that there is no going back for William and Harry. William is the cold and ruthless one who now embodies the firm. Harry is willing to mend the rift. Harry, of course, has caused the rift. Again, not mentioned in Scooby-Doo's book. This is all my opinion, of course. But Harry is so generous as to leak through Scooby-Doo that he is willing to mend the rift. William, on the other hand, has hardened his heart against his younger brother. And he says there is no going back, and Harry is a defector and his arch nemesis and all these harsh and unkind things. Poor has-been. Anyway, we are going to do a relationship spread with the Disney Villains Tarot. And we're going to ask the tarot how these two are doing. These two brothers, past, present, future. Just a relationship spread, nothing fancy. William and Harry, and the cards are turning themselves over in their excitement as being allowed out of the box. And let's remind you while we do a bit of shuffling, the usual story, it's tarot for fun and entertainment. That's why we use novelty decks like the Disney Villains Tarot. And it's all my opinions, it's all speculation. I just read energy, archetypal energy, because we're dealing with the archetypal family, the royal family, as Meghan herself would agree. And disclaimer in the box below. Relationship spread, William and Harry, past, present and future. Is there no going back? Is Scooby-Doo correct? Let us see. We're not asking in this spread who's to blame. We're just looking at the energy between the two and see how they feel about each other. As I say, this is not a blame game. In the end game here for now. I think we all have our opinions about who's to blame in this story, and so we needn't explore those any further. Energy that we're looking at, their relationship. Fluffy has arrived for the sake of the reading. She's just come stomping in. It's very hot. Ooh, that's an interesting card to show up as the underlying energy, the Empress. The Empress. The first thing that shouts to me is that this is about the wives. Everything was wonderful until the wives fell out. And there's a lot of hatred aimed at the woman who is constantly called Kate Middleton by certain people. I understand that search engines recognize her more than the Duchess, the Princess of Wales, sorry. But anyway, the book does seem to be aimed very specifically at William and Catherine and trying to demolish them as the future of the monarchy. That it doesn't have to be my opinion, that seems to be fact. But the Empress card is the wives and mothers. All of this stems from their choices when it comes to their brides, and how their relationships continued into marriage, motherhood, pregnancy, childbirth, all of those thorny issues that we have looked at so much. Isn't it interesting how the Empress is portrayed here with the hair and the look on the expression on her face? We are in Disney villains territory with this tarot, and we've just seen that Empress on a red carpet, really putting on that face, that expression, having to be ushered off the carpet at a certain point. But anyway, so there's our underlying energy, the Empress. Let's have a look at them in the past. William first. William's energy in the past, the Nine of Swords. Very stressed, very worried, sleepless nights, extremely worried. Worried from the moment that the Empress showed up on the scene. That is when the trouble started for Prince William. Oh no, how are we going to deal with this? What are we going to do? Can we have an honest conversation? Turned out they couldn't, because immediately it was perceived as an attack, and immediately the relationship fell apart, and all trouble ever since, basically. How about Harry in the past? We have the Seven of Coins in reverse. That is a time-wasting card, an investment card. What did Scooby accuse William of calling Harry? A defector and arch nemesis. A Seven of Coins in reverse is a time waster, somebody who has given up something, who's let everyone down. You've invested time and effort in the person, but then they go and let you down. That's for me what the energy that's coming off that Seven of Coins. That William and Catherine and everyone else really supported Harry, helped him, advised him to seek help, gave him help, included him in their projects, heads together and all the rest of it. And then, whoops, off he went. He defected. He threw that all back at them. I said, I'm not interested. It was a waste of time. It was a waste of effort. I don't want my legacy. I don't want my inheritance. I don't want anything to do with you. I'm off to Hollywood. So a bit of a fool energy coming off that Seven of Coins in reverse, I have to say. Somebody who's a bit of a waste of space. This is energy. I just let universe obviously guide me in these readings. I was going to go on a tangent, but I'm not. Let's look at William right now. How does William feel in this situation right now? We get two cards for him: Nine of Cups and Page of Swords. He's focused very much on his own satisfaction, and I have seen this energy recently with him. I think it was with him, the Nine of Cups. That's, I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to look after myself now. It's a very important energy for somebody who I think is quite an empath, who's sensitive. He's a water sign, he's a Cancerian. People who are empathic, is that the word? They need to practice self-care. And that Nine of Cups is telling me that there's a huge amount of self-care going on. It's going on in his marriage, it's going on in his work, his focus. He's doing what he likes doing, what makes him feel fulfilled, happy, content. He's not looking back. He's not looking back. He's in fact, because we have the Page of Swords with that Nine of Cups, playing a very careful game. He's very cautious. The Page of Swords is all about caution. Beware those claws, the teeth, the jaws, the claws that catch, the Jabberwock. So he is beware the Jabberwock. And he is being very strategic. He's being very careful. He's keeping himself to himself, keeping his own counsel with that Page of Swords. The Page of Swords doesn't blab. It's very careful, very quiet, very strategic. very wary. So that's what he's doing. He's not thinking about Harry at all. He's getting on with his life. What makes him happy, what brings him satisfaction, what makes him feel good about himself and good about the world. And he is being extremely cautious. And we have heard from Scooby-Doo that the king himself warned the family in the aftermath of Spare being published that they were not to trust Harry, not to speak to him, not to say anything that might be misconstrued or misquoted or flung back at them. Be cautious around him. Don't trust him. There we have it. There is the Page of Swords. Let's look at Has-Been's energy right now with regard to William. We've got the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Interesting energy because it's extremely aggressive energy. The Ace of Swords is wanting, I would say wanting that apology, wanting a declaration, wanting some truth telling, but it's sitting with the Seven of Swords, so it's a complete contradiction here. There is enormous hypocrisy right here. Ace of Swords is all about the truth. Tell the truth. Make a clean breast of it. Declare yourself honestly. Say what you're about. And then we can go forward in a new way. And if you've ever been in conflict with someone where you have been at odds about who said what and what, you know, who's right and who's wrong, you do need to have that airing and truth-telling, and okay, we're going to clean it all up and clear the air, and then we can go forward in a more honest way. But Seven of Swords is the card of deception, sitting right next to it. And it's interesting, there's a scroll, there's a shoe, there's a woman's energy in the Seven of Swords, a woman's energy of deception, of writing, of letter writing, of perhaps letter drops on that park bench that I have referenced before in a sarcastic way and an ironic way. But there it is. That it's all very well to demand the truth and apologies, and we can reconcile provided you own what you've done and you apologize. It's not possible when you have that energy next to it. Deception, private correspondence being revealed, accusations being flung through third parties, books being published, all of that kind of stuff. You can't. The two don't sit together. So let's see the energy between the two brothers right now. We've got the Ace of Coins and we have the Judgment card in reverse. So we have an energy of there could be a new start. Somebody wanting a fresh start with the Ace of Coins, but somebody with Judgment in reverse who is not going to forgive. One of the energies of the Judgment card is forgiveness. And what is not forgivable is this mercenary energy that's coming off the Ace of Coins, that Harry went off and sold his soul. He went off and sold the family. He went off and monetized his pain, his grievances. He aired them for money, vast sums of money. That is the unforgivable sin. It's very literal. It sometimes stuns me how literal the tarot can be. And of course, let's remind you that I'm just interpreting tarot cards. But Ace of Coins sitting with the Judgment in reverse tells me someone is not forgiving somebody for going off and seeking their fortune at the expense of the family. Outcome. Future energy, we'll pull them out together. William's energy is the Two of Cups in reverse. Harry's energy is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, okay. Two of Cups in reverse for William, breakup card with his brother. He's not going to forgive his brother. He's not going to reconcile with his brother. It's over. It's over in the future in a small way because it's already over now with the Judgment card in reverse. It's already done. It's finished. This book is the death knell of the relationship. If Harry ever had an intelligent thought, he would have realized that it was not a clever idea to allow Omid to go off and write this book. And I say allow because in my opinion there has been all manner of briefing through, no doubt through third parties, but all the stories that have come out so far are intimate personal stories where there were no observers, there were no casual passers-by, bystanders, that's the word I'm looking for, nobody else around. So how does Scooby-Doo know all these things? Because he's been briefed through other people. They did it worth finding freebies. Harry himself also included. Make sure to tell Scooby-Doo this, but make sure nobody knows that we're telling Scooby-Doo this. Pretty much, I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what happened and what emerged in the court case. So William is, I'm over it in the future. I'm over it, but I'm over it. And a casual kind of Two of Cups in reverse. It's hurtful. It's a painful separation because it's cups. But the big separation happened right over here with the Nine of Swords when the Empress showed up. So it's just a long separation, a long period of grieving and loss. Grief and loss. How about that? That's better. Has the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Big mistake. This whole thing has been a big mistake and will be a big mistake for him going forward with that spinning wheel in the reverse. Who knows what nasty impish creatures might appear with that spinning wheel in reverse when he stamps his foot or whatever happens when spinning wheels are being operated. In fairy tales, the Brothers Grimm, did I not call this story? And here we have a symbol from the Brothers Grimm, spinning wheel. In reverse for him, he has spun himself into all kinds of trouble, a web, knots, whatever you want to, metaphor you want to use with that Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But he's going to rue the day that he fell out with William, because William holds all the power and all the glory in the future. And Harry is going to stand with empty hands at the end of all of this. It was a tremendous misfortune when the Empress showed up in his life. That is my opinion, and that is what the cards are telling me. He set off hoping he was going to make his fortune with the Ace of Coins, but in fact it ended up with doing something that is unforgivable and means that he's going to lose a fortune ultimately. He's going to lose access to the crown, to all those blessings, all the wonderful things that the crown represents, that the rest of us would give our eye teeth for, the lifestyle, the luxury, the pomp, the splendor, the ability to do good in the world, which is what the royal family is now very focused on. Whatever you think of them, they do their best to help charities and raise their profiles. And William is doing a lot more than just charitable work now with Earthshot. Harry has cut himself off from all of that, and he's going to see it in the future. He's going to realize that this is where his life took a bad turn. It took a turn for the worse, where everything fell apart. Tower kind of energy. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Always for me, it's a very similar kind of an energy. This is the bad luck moment. And reaping what you sow. He's going to reap the whirlwind with that card in reverse. So there it is. That's what's going on with the Brothers Grimm. Bit of a mouthful, that one. Tongue twister. But anyway, there it is. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get on to the next one.